Discovering how to use your wrist properly in the backswing will help you hit longer shots, but also more accurate shots. And that's exactly what we want to do today here on Get Good at Golf. Guys, I'm Chris, and let's talk about wrist hinge. So wrist hinge is one thing in the game that a lot of people get confused about, and a lot of the time it's affected by the only thing that is in control or is in contact with the club, which is your grip. If I get a grip that is very much in the palms in both hands, it's very hard to always get the right amount of wrist set. For me, it will limit it. Again, if I go too strong, this will also limit how much wrist hinge I can get. And if the wrist hinge is limited, that's going to limit the lever, that's going to limit how much speed we can get out into the club head. So let's make sure, to start with, we have a good grip. So obviously when we're looking at grip here, we want to see that it does work through the fingers on the left hand. Again, from here, it's going to sit on the pad of my left hand, and I'm going to have my thumb just down the right hand side of the grip. We then bring in, again, if you interlock, you overlap, that is fine, but I'm going to again use the pad of my right hand to sit on my left thumb, and my right thumb is going to go just down the left hand side of the grip there. You can see I've got the Lampkin grip here, and that's just nicely allowing me to just get a reference of where that is. From here straight away, if I was to take my stance now, you can see how much more I can get that club to hinge. So you can see there I can get a lot more wrist hinge from that position, from having a nice neutral grip. So once we've got that, how do we put that into the swing? And that's the big thing we want to work on, because a lot of people starting to go, right, remember my coach has told me I've got to hinge my wrist straight away, so when do I want to do that? Right, I'll do that straight away. Look what happens there with the club. That's going to be working straight outside, and then from there I'm going to have to try and manipulate that back into a position. Straight away here, I'm out of my posture, my shoulders are flat, I'm up out of my angles, and from here I've now got to get back down to the golf ball somehow and then try and make contact. So I managed to work my hands well to get that ball to go straight there, but there's no power in that shot, there's no accuracy, there's going to be no consistency for you. So obviously what we want to do is start to think about, how do I build that into my swing? So let's obviously break the swing down. So the first thing I want to do here is get my neutral grip we've just talked about. Even before, you could have a little bit of a pre-swing thing where you just check that your grip's nice and neutral, that you can get the hinge. Then the first move away is with your chest and that club head. We want to move that club away so it's matching our spine angle. From here, this is now when I'm going to start to turn and hinge my wrist. You can see now I can set that club on a nice plane here. It's not upright, it's not around here, it's nicely on plane. And then from there I can make a shoulder turn. You will see now I've got my left shoulder down towards the golf ball. I've got that club nice and neutral at the top. Again, neutral grip has got me into a neutral position here at the top. As we come down now, as I rotate down, we're going to come into delivery, and I've still got that wrist hinge here. And this is where people say, well, you want to hold on to the lag. Not so much. Obviously from here, we've got those wrists hinged into impact, and then from here I want to start to feel that I'm releasing that club head and rotating. You will see there, I'm now getting some nice forward shaft lean. If Bobby comes round to face on, we'll see that I've got some nice forward shaft lean, the club face is neutral, and my grip is still neutral. From here, I can get that ball pressured and towards my target. You can see there can't be much deviation in my wrist there. So again, obviously start line and any kind of misses will be very limited. So obviously once we've done that in slow motion, we've gone through that routine of making sure that we can hinge our wrist to start with, let's then put that into a swing. So we've done a nice slow swing there. We've started to get the right feels. I've got the move away first, then the hinge. And let's see now if we can put that into play and hit a much more solid shot. You can see there, start line, much more, well, straight down the middle. We can see we've got a good distance there from my 8-iron, 150 yards, going 162. But guys, if we can get our wrist working a little bit better in that golf swing, if we can start to get that under control, we can get you a little bit more speed, a little bit more distance, and hopefully some more accuracy.